Pennies and Pens. It's your girl, LoudPen. Today's vlog is called Pens Rhythm Nation, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Okay, so Pennies and Pens, first of all, thank you so much for watching. Your girl done shot a lot of vlogs today, so it's a lot. All right, hold up. I needed some water. Y'all remember that from the original Good Burger. You gotta stay off the internet so you can retain facts in your mind. Facts. Anyways, Marvin Gaye's What's Going On album, the iconic album, one of the greatest albums of all time. Of all time, little baby. It done came out 50 years ago. Came out in 1972. All right, and it's just phenomenal. All right, so that's what the front look like. We're gonna do a little fake little unboxing because I always unbox K-pop albums. Let's unbox a record written and produced by a black man named Marvin Gaye, who was signed to Motown Records. You know, one of the most iconic record labels of all time, that was also home to the Temptations, the Jackson 5, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, the Supremes, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. You remember that? I told y'all stay off the internet so you can remember facts off the top of your head. Low. How you gonna act the life you always wanted? You can't remember nothing. You stop all of that, Pennies and Pens. You stop it all. Sorry, I didn't mean to slap. I meant to clap, slap. Well, don't get offended by everything you see and read on the internet. All right, let's talk about Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. What's going on? Oh, mercy, mercy me. Things ain't what they used to be, no. Because they ain't what they used to be. Y'all be out here on the Instagram-y, trying to run the Instagram-y, putting all your little pennies out on the internet, on the TikTok-toe, on the YouTube-y, on the Twitter, tweeting. Stop all of that. Anyways, but we did have something good that came out of the internet. Black Lives Matter, right? And what's cool is, see, I'm about to make a point. I'm about to make a deep point. It's gonna be deep. On Marvin Gaye's What's Going On album, I think it's from the very first song, the title song, What's Going On. In that song, he says, picket lines and picket signs don't punish me with brutality. Yes, that is correct. Congratulations to the Black Lives Matter movement. Just celebrated 10 years. But isn't it crazy that Marvin wrote those lyrics in 1972, 50 years ago, and Black Americans were dealing with police brutality then, and we're still dealing with it now? It's like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? That's why this album is so iconic and is one of the greatest albums of all time. You know what I'm saying? And what sparked this vlog is because I shot so many vlogs in front of this wall, and I have my Marvin Gaye poster, which I pulled from buying the record. And I was like, bro, why have I not done a vlog on Marvin Gaye's What's Going On? Like, what's going on, Penny? What you doing? What's up? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bruh, I gotta do a vlog on the album. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. I'm just talking from the heart, y'all, okay? If you want to read a professional review where they gon' use all this fancy music industry jargon that no one really understands, you can go read a fancy article written by a fancy music journalist with some fancy this and some fancy that. But I'm just a woman here living in Dallas that bought Marvin Gaye's What's Going On album on record because I like to collect the physical copies of music. And I love this album because it's an iconic album. And I heard it growing up because my parents, you know what I'm saying? They boomers, y'all. They grew up on all them iconic groups I was just talking about. Like I said, they grew up on Marvin Gaye, the Supremes, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, The Temptations, the Four Tops, you know what I'm saying? Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, all them iconic groups, the Jacksons, that was on Motown, you know? And what I appreciated about my parents in particular is that they was the type that they made us listen to their music. I feel like maybe that's why some of the youth nowadays, the MZ, the Gen Z, that's why they don't appreciate classic, iconic music, because parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles and big cousins ain't putting them on to all these classic music. And you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like the sound and the style, you know what I'm saying? And so I had heard this album growing up, but then when I bought it on record, which was sometime last year, and listened to it as an adult, grown, millennial woman, I was like, wait a minute, this is iconic. Like what's going on here different as an adult. It really do. I cannot believe something that was created 50 years ago is still so relevant. Because there are other albums from 50 years ago that ain't as relevant as Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. He was so ahead of his time, and what he was talking about, what he was expressing, the way it's all put together between the lyrics, his vocals, the production, it's fire. So I got a couple of notes here. First of all, what I love about Marvin Gaye and on this album, What's Going On, is as a vocalist, he just has a cool singing voice. Like, he sounds cool. Like, he just sounds like that cool dude. You just like, yeah, that's Marvin. Like, he cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, his vibe is just cool. Again, y'all, if you want to go listen, I'm sure that a big publication like Billboard, Rolling Stone, they got a fancy article, all well written. Listen, I'm just a woman on the YouTube talking about an album. You gotta stop getting all offended and stuff. You can't get offended by everything you see and read on the internet, okay? All right, everybody, let's get it together. All right, and then it also has original and relatable lyrics. Like I said, the picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. You know, save the children, save the babies. Like, also the song God is Love. Like, what's so powerful about the song God is Love is that that's what God is. God is love. You know what I'm saying? And just the way he talked about the Bible in the context of, like, God teaches us all to love one another and treat one another better. And it's like from 1972 to right now in 2023, when I'm recording this vlog, human beings, we don't treat each other right. And it's actually gotten worse because of the internet and social media. And in the most recent vlogs that I just shot, Pennies, my favorite, Mama Moo, and Monster X photo cards. It's two separate vlogs about the groups and my favorite photo cards from each group. But I was talking about how I had to delete Reddit and Twitter again because I've deleted them before, re-downloaded them, deleted again. And so, but this time I was like, no, for real, like, I'm staying off of the internet. Like, if it's not me uploading a new vlog to my YouTube channel, publishing new content to my blog, you know, and I'll still watch a couple of select YouTube vlogs because, you know, it's good research for me as a YouTuber to figure out what people like, what I like watching, because what I like watching helps me come up with ideas for content and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I was just like, you know, we treating each other worse now because of the internet. But like this album, it also, hold on, I'm taking another sip of water. It also has, like I said, original and relatable lyrics. It's got some groovy production. I feel like I had to use the word groovy since this album came out in the 70s. Boomers and Gen Xers, I tried. As a millennial, I tried. I was like, maybe I can say the word groovy. Groovy. I tried. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so also with this album, What's Going On, it's still very relevant to modern times. Like, it's crazy how relevant it is. If you look at the song and listen to the song, Save the Children, it's scary because that's what we gotta do. We really do gotta save our children. There's so much happening in the world right now, and they have so much access. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids are on YouTube, they're on Twitter, they're on TikTok and Instagram, and it's like, even though they're supposed to be like a kid-friendly YouTube and all, it's not appropriate because the kids, they so smart nowadays that they can access things that they really should not be accessing and seeing. And you seeing it like even in like the context of modern prom photos. Like, I don't like these modern prom photos that Gen Zers be posting. That shit freaks me out. Why do they look so grown? Why do the girls gotta come to prom in a couture gown with contoured makeup and all of this? You're 16, 17, 18 years old. You're not even an adult yet. Why you gotta be on YouTube watching makeup tutorials? For what? Like, it's crazy. We gotta save the children, save the babies. Like, from the internet. It's wild. I apologize if you offended and you don't agree. That on your right hand side, it say recommended for you. Go there. Watch whatever vlog has more views, a better thumbnail, and more subscribers than the Penny Black YouTube channel. Because when you come on the Penny Black YouTube channel, you gotta lower them expectations a little bit. You gotta bring them on down. Bring them on down. All right. So going back to What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, this album, like I said many, many times, it was ahead of its time, y'all. I can only imagine what it must have been like for people who were alive in 1972, especially if you were like an adult. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in their 20s to up. Like how you felt when this album came out. That must have been incredible because 50 years later, there's never been anything like it. So I can only imagine what it would have been like to be at, like, can I say groovy again? A groovy party where somebody was like, let's put the Marvin record on. And then like, cause it's what they did at parties in the 70s and stuff. Like somebody would actually have the record, right? And they would get the record and they would put it on the turntable and then it would spin the album and everybody would dance and chill to the album. You know, silly ass millennials and Gen Z, you know what I'm saying? Everyone do everything on the damn phone. Talking about Siri and Alexa this. Low. FYI, if you a millennial or an MZ or a Gen Z and you watching this vlog, please do not listen to What's Going On by Marvin Gaye on your phone, on your iPad, your tablet, your computer. Don't. Go get you the physical record. Go get you a turntable and some speakers because you know you're going to need some speakers. You got to hook the turntable up to speakers in order to actually hear the album, y'all. You can't just have the turntable and stuff. You got to hear the physical music. You cannot listen to this album on any digital platform. It will not hit you the same. The way that the production is done on this album, you must hear the physical version. The reason why is because in the 70s, when artists were recording music, they would record the vocals and the instrumentals, the guitar, any piano, strings, all of that would be recorded live in the studio. So when you hear this album on the physical record, you're more likely to hear those sounds and those instrumentals. You can't really hear them on digital. Oh, I gotta answer this call, y'all. My bad, Pennies and Pens. That was an urgent phone call that I absolutely had to take, and it was the best news ever. Yay! Okay. So back to Pens with the Nation. What's Going On by Marvin Gaye? Because I was reviewing this iconic album before I had to take a phone call. Okay, so also about this album, it also has very spiritual vibes. In that, like, you know, the song, like I was saying before, God is Love. I can really appreciate that because, you know, I grew up as a believer, you know, in the church. And so growing up, my parents and family would always call it secular music. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before, Pennies and Pens, but it's basically like music that is like of the world, not about God. And so Marvin Gaye would technically, officially be considered like a secular artist, right? But he incorporated this song, God is Love, on this album, What's Going On. And it's just such a beautiful and powerful song because, again, he's talking about how God teaches us to love one another and respect one another. And again, like I said before, I apologize if anybody got offended by some of the things that I said, but you guys know I speak my mind and I say what's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? And so just overall with this album, it also has very smooth vocals. Like I was saying earlier, Marvin's got cool vocals, groovy vocals, and groovy production. I just want to use the word groovy since I'm talking about an album from the 70s. I just feel like I'm a millennial, y'all. We don't use the word groovy. So I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. And I'm in a really good mood because of the good news I got. So, okay. And then also Mercy Me. That song is so powerful. I believe that's that long song on the album. Yes. Mercy Me, no, Right On is long. But Mercy Me, like the lyric, you know, all things ain't what they used to be. No. Yeah. I wish I could sing for y'all, Pennies and Pens, but I cannot sing at all. It's quite terrible, actually. But anyways, you know, just the smooth, cool vocals, that lyric, you know, things ain't what they used to be, you know. Oh, and then the song Right On, that is like, I think the longest song on the album because it's 7 minutes long. But like, and I know in this modern culture of people making music for TikTok, which means it's a 30-second song to maybe even 3 whole minutes. 7 minutes might sound like a long song, but it is truly a masterpiece. Like, just everything, that album, that song alone, and the whole album in general, it just takes you on this journey through music. Like, because I really wanted to make sure before I shot this vlog that I listened to this album again and just really just vibed with it over again and really could just wrap my head around how powerful and strong this album is, you know. And again, y'all, I'm not using all the fancy music industry terms and jargon because I'm just a woman here in Dallas shooting a vlog on her phone. You know what I'm saying? So sorry you feel like, well, she could have said this and she could have used this adjective and this and that to describe the album. Okay? It's just, everybody stay calm. All right, but also on this album, it has very complex production. I mean, it's got strings, it's got horns, it's got the guitarist, it's got everything. I feel like it just takes you, again, I'm saying the same thing over again, but it takes you through a journey of what's going on. There's never been another album like this album. It's so powerful, Pennies and Pens. Just incredible. Gosh, it's so good. It's so diverse. Oh, I love this album. I don't think that there's much more for me to say about it, Pennies and Pens. I think it's time to wrap this vlog up because, like I said, I'm just a woman in Dallas shooting a vlog on her phone about an album that I like. I don't know what to tell you. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure, like I said earlier, guess what's going on. Get the actual record, Pennies and Pens. Get you a turntable. Get you some speakers, okay? Seriously, that's the only way to listen to Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. Don't pull it up on Apple Music or Spotify or YouTube or none of these apps. Get the physical album. This is the only album that I would honestly say that about every album that I have a record of and a CD of, but specifically, especially this one. This is not an album to listen to on your phone. It's not gonna hit the same. I am so sorry if that offends you because you like to listen to your digital music and you like your streaming. It's not a stream album. It is a physical copy. Buy a physical copy. Put the record onto the turntable. Put the needle onto the record. Then spin it. Okay? It's that kind of album. Okay? All right? Thanks for watching. Bye.